Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Delays and welcome back to Infinity Skyblock Expert Mode. In the last episode, we set up our steel farm, and I've got a skeleton and I think a creeper over here. Yeah, there's a creeper over here. Let's kill him first, and then the skeleton. I don't know where they came from. Kind of walked off and they just kind of spawned. They're probably from the tree, if I had to guess. So let's chop down the tree. And there we go. Cool. So, anyways, welcome back to this, the cow spinning episode, evidently. Gosh, this intro is just getting out of hand. Anyways, last time we set up this guy over here, which I stole something from it, but it's okay. Basically, all we have to do is throw in iron into this chest, wood into this chest for now, and it will slowly but surely produce steel. Now let's get my inventory cleared out a little bit. However, there is a few problems, namely power. Power is an issue right now, and we need to fix that, so that's what we're going to work on today. Before we continue on with anything else, because there is a handful of things I'd like to start getting to relatively soon, but power is the more important thing by far, and so we're actually going to deconstruct this guy. I don't like having the water wheels underneath my base. I thought I would, but it's kind of a pain to deal with. So what we are going to do right off the bat is go take care of this. So I want to do this first of all, and then with an axe we're gonna cut these down, and we're gonna block this stuff up, and we're just gonna kind of not demolish all of this. Not that big of a deal. We're gonna rebuild this upstairs, and I need to break this stuff. And I found out that you can actually put these through a wall if they're already... Oh, we lost that. If they're already attached, you can build whatever you want. So that is good to know, but also not going to be important, because we're going to move this upstairs. We're going to build, I think we can do at least one more, and kind of go from there. So this is going to be a little bit more permanent, so I do want to make it look a little bit nicer. And we're ideally I'd like to get like 3, and again, we're not going to do them perfect. They don't have to be whatever the max RF per tick for these are. I can't remember. It's like 80. I could be wrong on that. It's like 82 or something weird like that. It's a weird number. It's an odd number. And we'll get to use this basement later, especially we're going to extend this out over here, and we're going to move the lava generation down here. But for now, I want more power in order to get more in terms of... we want more power so that we can get more stuff, just processing. And let's take some sand. We're gonna cook some sand up in a furnace. So the big sticking point for all of this is not so much the water wheels. The water wheels are pretty cheap, to be perfectly honest. The only thing that's bad is the it takes a block of iron, but let's get 2 more blocks of iron. I don't think, yeah, let's get 2 more blocks of iron. Started extruding, and we will start working on getting more and more stuff. So I'm going to keep this wall here, even though this is going to be the area that we're going to have all of the stuff. So we want extruding, so let that go. I brought the pulverizer over here so that I could get some more dust easy. Rather than hammering it manually, I just used a pulverizer. It was easier. So now that I'm done doing that, let's put it back over here so that we can get more steel production. And everything should work just fine. And as soon as it gets 4 charcoal, it will produce steel. And then once we get enough steel, we can start making plates and all that fun stuff and go from there. So, I already forgot how high up these guys need to be in order to make them. So what we're going to do is we're going to just start right here, and I want to take my chisel and we're going to make, what do we want? Colored cobblestone. Don't really want that. We could use cobble blackstone, cobble whitestone. French cobblestone tiles. We could do the damaged. Let's do the French cobblestone tiles, the 7. So we're gonna want. Let's just start like right here, and we're gonna want 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So it's something like this, and we're gonna want more torches around. So I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it's like this, and that is wrong. We need to rotate that, but that's probably the hardest thing to do. Yeah, I think it's like that. And then if we put the water wheels, I think it can go down 1. So let's fix this. And try it again. So do that, and then like so. It sort of goes into the ground. I don't know if that's a problem or not. Let's go look at it from underneath, see if I can actually see like the texture poking through. I think if it is, we might move it up 1 more block. But I don't see the texture poking through, so I don't know. I guess it's okay. We're gonna have to make this like 3 times, so I do kind of want to make sure it looks and it works well. So we're gonna want to do. Let's actually move it up 1 more. I probably should look and see how to do this, but I didn't, so bear with me. I don't really care too much if it's not like optimal. That's way too high. Because I went up 1 too much. Dang it. Okay. So let's just do that. We can get 1, and then I guess the blocks are here, but let's just test. If we put a bucket of water, so let's get some water, and we'll get an infinite spring over here. Stupid mouse cable. There we go. So if we do like this, is it going to turn? Let's get more water and see. So I don't know that it's going to... It is turning. Okay. So that is, in fact, correct. But the thing is we're going to want... Oops. We're going to want to extend this backwards a little bit. So we're going to want to do something like this. And I believe what we can do, and I'm going to try to do this. Let's light this up. Let's go sleep. Let's make a quick little area to get water. That's a little bit closer. We're also going to need more cobblestone, but that's not too big of a deal. So let's sleep. So we're going to want to get a lot of energy out of this. And the max you can do on each one is 3. So obviously that's... each kinetic dynamo is going to need to have 3 of the water wheels attached to it. And then any more, we'll have to make another kinetic dynamo, which those are probably the most expensive thing. We have plenty of creosote oil for right now, so it's not that much of an issue. But eventually we're going to want to start processing some of the coal a little bit more readily into the creosote. So let's just keep going up. And I think up here at the top, right here, is where we're going to want to make more water go the other way. So I think I'm going to turn this into, I'm going to have some glass on this. That's why I'm cooking up the glass, but we're probably going to need more. So if I do this, and I don't know why that's like glitching out, but let's close. Let's not do anything about that right now. Let's go get some more cobblestone, which is conveniently right there, and French tiles. Oh, nope, that's the wrong one. I've done that before, and it's impossible to tell the difference. So let's do this. I didn't mean to do that, but whatever. Let's make a halfway decent path. I wish I could like ride that, but I can't. Alright, so alright, let's do something like this. Let's get the bucket back. Let's let that all dissipate for a second. And we put it here. Perfect. Do something like this, and then we'll grab more water. You can put some here that will do things like make it go like upwards, but it's honestly not worth it. In my opinion, it's only like 4 or 5 RF per tick. Let's do this. Then this. Nope. 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 So that should be halfway decent. So that looks good. And we just need to put our torches back down here. So now the only thing left to do is make this look halfway decent rather than just a big block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And to do that, it would be easier if I had flight. But for right now, I don't think we can get rid of these blocks, unfortunately. So this is what we're going to have to do. We're going to keep it open up here. And we'll kind of do something like this. And if we open this up, looks like we should be able to put glass here. Awesome, that's what I want to do. So the only thing is this guy, I'm gonna support it a little bit, like so. Nope, nope, nope. Let's get up here. Come on. There we go. So that's something that I'm going to have to replace pretty quickly. But that's not a big deal. Let's grab some glass. Do I want to chisel the glass? Let's take a look. So if we look, streak glass, bubble glass, that can look okay, but quite clear glass, that could be fun. Yeah, let's do the bubble glass. I kind of like that. So let's get up here, break this block, and then replace it. Do something like that. That looks nice. Those entities will eventually despawn, so I'm not too worried about them. Let's see. This square can get some glass. And then this will eventually get glass. Let's actually swim up here and grab those. And then we'll do this on the fronts, because I don't really need to see that, but cool. So I will make more off camera. We'll do this in, actually, I do want to keep this symmetrical, so we'll do that, and then like something like that. It's actually right here, that is the thing, so there we go. So once I get more glass, which that will be pretty quick to be honest, we can get more stuff. So since this already has a connection, let's put down a pole right here. Fix my mouse again, and let's get some more wires and connectors. So let's see, one that I want is over here. But honestly, like, this is a bad place to put it, so I'll probably put another pole there, but we can get this this wire connector, and we can put one, put it on top actually, because that'll look nicer. And we just do here to here, and then here to here, and we can start charging this guy up, which is already charged. So while we are kind of and then we'll move this over to. I need to make another one of the wooden poles. I don't know what they're considered. I don't know what they're called. What are they called? Wooden post. So wooden post shouldn't be too bad to make. And then we need LV wire, which is just copper. And the wooden post is some treated wood fences on a stone brick of some sort. So let's get a couple of those. Let's grab some copper. I'm going to want a decent amount of these wires, so it's not going to hurt to make a few more. And treated wood is so easy to come by. We have more connectors, so we're going to want that. So let's get 2 more posts. I have some stone. And there are some more wooden posts. Then we need to get something like this. And there's more wire coils. So let's put this stuff back in here for right now. And let's see. Let's do another post right here. And we should be able to just like do that. Click this. Hopefully, 1, this reaches, and 2, too far away. So we're going to need to do like another one here. This is kind of cool that you have to actually set up like power lines and stuff like that, but it's also a little bit of a pain. So also you can climb these like ladders. Handy to know. Can we put it? Yes. And then we'll connect this here. We'll put a connector right there. Connect those two. And then we'll put a connector right here. And connect these two. Actually, I don't like that. So let's pick up this solar panel. Put it here. We can pick this guy up as well. And this. And what we'll do is we'll put the connector here. Save some more power lines, and then okay, I can't put this right there. So we're gonna have to break all of these connectors, and there goes. Actually, did that get lost? No, let's just drop down and grab it. I need to eat, though. So getting the power lines and all that fun stuff kind of situated is going to be important. We're going to have all of these water wheels going to different places. Let's actually put, let's put a power line here-ish, away from the lava. And then we're going to need to put a connector at the top. So let's just climb up. There we go. And we can do that. And then can we reach? No. But that's okay. Can we reach from here? Oh, we can't. And then we should be able to reach from here. Sweet. So these all should be getting power. Decent amounts of power too. So that is perfect. That is what we want. So I'm going to need to get this stuff out eventually. We're going to work on getting more and more stuff. in this. Let's take all the culinary generators I have right now. Solar panels can stay. In fact, this one, eventually this will be ran just by solar panels, but until that point, I'm going to want solar panels elsewhere. Let's grab, we have steel. In fact, this could use more logs, so let's get like 4 stacks. I'd rather have an excess of charcoal in this than anything else. And then what we can do is we can start working on getting some other stuff. So we have the shafts, we can do rolling machine, start getting more steel from this. I want to make more machines. That is another thing that we're going to want to do. So I think we're going to start doing that right now. One of the first things, so we have a machine frame. Let's see if we can't get some others. Just throw all this stuff in here for right now. I will sort through inventories and all that fun stuff later. And I will make more of these water wheels off camera. They're not that difficult. In fact, actually, we need 16 of these. We need like a stack of sticks. So something like this, and then yeah, there's most of them, and then we just take, I have some glass bottles. I think I can use glass bottles, and you know, let's just make the water wheels at the very least. Before we get to the other thing that we're going to do today, and that is start working towards getting Ender IO set up. So I made a whole bunch of redstone chipsets. We can get rid of that. I have a sawmill there so that we can get more wood and all that kind of fun stuff. I'm probably going to empty that out and move those, but let's get a bunch of treated wood. And we're going to need one more thing of sticks. And there is the 16. We wrap these around 2 shafts, and we have 2 more water wheels. We're going to need a lot more water wheels than that. I realize that is not enough. So making more is not going to be a problem. It's just going to be kind of a long-term type of thing. We'll get to it when we do. It's not going to be that big of an issue. And then the kinetic dynamos, just mostly going to take a lot of steel, which we're making plenty of, and redstone and electrum. Redstone I have a decent amount of now. We have a squid over there. Oh well, whatever. Let's get some blocks of coal going in our coke ovens. Get some more coal coke. Mostly just to get the creosote oil, more than anything. But let's see, what else can we do? So we're gonna get a lot of iron. I need to deal with this relatively soon. But for now, what I want to do is start making some new machines. So we need to make a Magma Crucible. So it's going to require some lead, glass, and redstone, some nether bricks, machine frame, invar, and then gold and redstone. So let's grab some of that stuff. So we're going to need, what, 1 gold? We're going to need a machine frame, which that is probably the most expensive thing. We're going to need 10 gear, so let's get some tin cooking up. No, not gold. We're going to need, because I want a machine, I want a machine frame for a fluid transposer as well. So if we can make these 2 things today, that would be amazing. So glass, bucket, that's all pretty easy. 1, 2, 3. We're gonna need that. We're gonna need, so we are gonna need 2 gold. We're gonna need some lead and Invar. Let's get that cooking. We get the tin gear for the machine frame, and then this is going to require copper gears, so let's get that cooking. So while we are trying to get all of this stuff together, let's go ahead and put that in there. We should have the refined steel plates and compress those down. We're going to need the crushed obsidian. So let's get let's flux ducts, and we have we have crushed obsidian. We don't have that or obsidian at all, so let's go get some obsidian. That's not that big of a deal. I have a water bucket. I don't want that right now. I turned this off a while ago. I don't remember if I said anything, but there's 1 and 2. Cool. So we need to set up the rock crusher again. Eventually I'll be done with that. I wonder, does the resonant, it still requires crushed obsidian, which the only way to get is through the rock crusher, which kind of stinks, but it's also whatever. So let's put a torch here. We'll do 1, 2, something like this. But before we finish it, let's actually pick this guy up and there we go. Let's get that in there. Let's also grab this. And cool, so it's done. Let's get this stuff out and then we're gonna break it. I will kind of set up things a little bit better again off camera between episodes, just because this area is going to get cramped very quickly if I don't. Let's move this guy. Where is my crescent wrench? There it is. And we're going to do something like this. So I want you to be configured off. Induction smelter can go right here. Again, configuration's off. Eventually I'm going to get a redstone furnace and a pulverizer, and they'll go up here as well. So we have the crushed obsidian. We're going to need to grab a couple more things. So let's put that in there. That can go in there as well. Sawdust, all this stuff can go in there for right now. We're going to need the carpenter. Basic is tin and then an iron chipset. Okay, so we're gonna need like decent amount of redstone. And let's see what else. Let's get the rest of the copper smelted. Let's get some iron. We're gonna need we're gonna need a piece of tin. So let's get for one the iron chipset going. So just do that. We get the iron chipset. We'll place down the carpenter. Right here is good. We're going to want some water, and then a circuit board. Let's go ahead and make that. So what else are we going to need? We're going to need the compressed plate. We're almost done making machine frames. Are a lot easier to make now. And then it's the tin gear, those. And what else? Iron chipset and the circuit board. So once it's done making all this, we'll be good. Let's grab that. Get rid of all of that. Cool. So while we wait for that, let's get some glass. Do I have any glass in here? I have one piece. I need more than that. I also need to eat. Wow. I should probably deal with food here soon. If we get some stock and some carrots. And then a pot. I think that's all I need. Yep, that's garden soup. It's a pretty easy recipe. That's what I've been eating because it's a decent food source. So let's put this back. So we are going to need a bucket, 2 redstone reception coils. We are going to need a block of redstone and some glass. Do we have any glass? We have 16 sand, so I need to make a bunch of glass anyway, so let's just do this. So we're going to need, once we get 8 of those, we're also going to need nether brick, which you can get from netherrack. And netherrack is a little bit of a pain to get. The easiest way is a bucket of lava with a piece of redstone. Gives you 1 piece of netherrack. Is there any other ways to get nether bricks? Not really. So we're going to need to get, what, 8 pieces of redstone. Do I have? I have 5. I wish I had a little bit more. What to do about this? So we can't get the Magma Crucible until we get the redstone. So let's get, we're gonna need, what, 3 more pieces? Let's get, hopefully we get lucky. And we're gonna sift a little bit on camera, not too much, and see if we can't get just a little bit more redstone. And of course, not looking good. Because I'm just trying to think, is there any good way to get nether brick? That's the way we're going to do it. So we need 4. That's a little bit easier. I can manage that. So let's get 4 pieces of this stuff. So what we're going to do, we're going to pick up this. We're going to pick up this guy. We're going to place the barrel down. We need 4 buckets of lava. And that's how we're going to get netherrack for right now. Later we'll get netherrack other ways. Actually, we'll probably just automate this. Actually, is there a better way to do it? There might be a better way to do it. But, yeah, just because I don't have any cobblestone on me. It's like right there. We'll do that. Break that. And then water back there. Cool. So, soul sand is a little bit easier. Do we have any sand? We do. We have 4. I'm just going to take 1 for right now. And we just come over here. We should have some witch water. And there's soul sand. Perfect. So this should be done. Start making the machine frame. And then the induction smelter. Make me some nether brick. And then what else do we need for the fluid transposer? Just some glass. Okay, that's not too bad. So there is the 2 nether brick. So we just need 1 more piece of glass. and the machine frame, and we can make both things. So you might be wondering, why am I bothering to do all of this stuff? Well, the Magma Crucible is incredibly important. In fact, it's crucial. We cannot continue on without it, because in order to make, so the sag mill requires machine chassis. Basic capacitors require signalum. Signalum is made with destabilized redstone, which you get in a Magma Crucible. And then it also requires lumium, which is similar. It requires energized glowstone. So in order to make those, we need a Magma Crucible. I think there is a way you can use the smeltery to get that stuff, but it's not worth it, to be perfectly honest. It's just not worth it. So once we get the machine frame, we can get the fluid transposer, which will allow us to do some more stuff. So we're going to put this guy right here. We're going to output here, and then we'll put the fluid transposer here and input from this guy. And then I will probably extend this a little bit and put some stuff here. Probably put the rock crusher behind it and all that fun stuff. But I'm not going to sit here and let you guys and just kind of wait for this to get done processing. Wow, that is taking up so much energy. This is probably draining energy now. So yeah, I'm going to expand on this. I've already made a kinetic dynamo, so I'm probably going to do that off camera. Make another one here, and then probably a third. I don't want to do it here, but I'll probably extend this a little bit this way. Do another one here, and put another pole here, and connect them all. But yeah, so I think I'm going to go ahead and end the episode here. We can get everything done, but now I can start getting glowstone dust into lumium. And that's going to get us one step closer to making Ender IO stuff, and that is going to let us make MFR stuff. Now the jetpack, what is it we need for the jetpack? That's not too bad. Leadstone flux ducts aren't bad. Coal chunks are probably the worst of it. So I think next time what we're going to do is I'm going to spend a little bit of time getting some materials, and I would like to try to finish automating this. I would also like to automate the lava production again underneath here, and probably pump it straight into this guy, probably from the back. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else we need to automate. Eventually, obsidian is going to be something we're going to want to automate, but we'll use an igneous extruder for that. And once we start making a lot of machine frames, like constantly, getting them from this down to transfer nodes are probably going to be the best bet for a long time. This is what's using all the power. So let's remove this connection. And you know what? Let's put the one of these solar cells back on it. I need to make more of these, but that will be another day. Once we get everything else automated for a while, once we get this automated, which we might actually move this down below. No, I need the power. So we might move it, but I need to figure out what all I'm going to do. We have a decent amount of stuff, so that's good. I just need to get it all extracted and taken care of, but that is something for the future. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and end the episode here. We'll find stuff to do next time and kind of go from there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye!